Welcome back, and today we're talking about an update for Castellum Inc., CTM. It's been a few months since we've last talked about Castellum. It was actually in February of 2025, and it was at a tender price of $1.03 a share. Since then, there's been a few headlines, but you're never going to know a whole lot about this company just based on the government aspects and to the extent to which they perform their business. But here's what we do know and why you might be interested in becoming an investor in Castellum. First off, this company, Castellum, this is really a cybersecurity, electronic warfare, software engineering outfit focused on providing talented technical services to critical government areas. So this is very government-focused consulting type operation. That puts it in a very unique category. They've actually improved their management over the last number of years, and we'll talk a little bit more about the insiders, but that's also a very encouraging sign. So again, a little bit about the company. It operates in three main subsidiaries. They've got the specialty systems group, technical solutions and field and support. They have something called Global Technical Management Resources, a GTMR, engineering services, opportunities for testing and ensuring that things are working, logistics support. And then they have this chorus division, which is management and specialty consulting, cybersecurity, electronic warfare, and then anything Department of Defense assistance and help. So you were talking about intelligence analysis, software development and engineering, data analysis, and electronic warfare. So these are all very sensitive items. So you're never going to learn exactly the nuts and bolts of it unless you're on the inside or the government unit that is using these services. But they give you enough information to whet your appetite that, okay, there's something pretty technical here. And this is probably a bunch of very, very highly paid group of people that knows their stuff inside and out to assist with all of these very sensitive, very hot topic items in support of government and U.S. government and allies. So what is new since we last talked about? Well, we've got a number of cash raises. They've retired debts. They've reported some good numbers. Debt has gone. They're reporting from 12 million down to 5 million. Just today, the stock price is down about 10%. As they're raising another $5 million. Now, do they need this money for the balance sheet? No, they've actually reported record cash. My guess is they want to retire that last $5 million of debt that they have and really be prepared to grow for opportunities, which can come with acquisitions and bidding on more work and then building up your internal network to prepare for the bigger and bigger projects. So let's talk a little bit about the fundamentals and why CTM is something you may want to have for your portfolio. So Castellum, the company that is 43% owned by insiders, with one insider, Jay Wright, which has 21% of the shares under his control. This is quite interesting. You don't oftentimes see companies with that high of insider ownership, but this is a small company. It's very concentrated, very technical, and there's not a lot of firms or individuals that are capable of performing these activities. Remember, this is the firm that we reported in last time we talked about the Oasis contract, which is great for business, and they've won a number of new deals. Look, they just picked up over $100 million contract with the U.S. Navy. They continue to pick up contracts. I think you're going to see more of that to come. This has become a very, very dangerous world, and they do some very important things. So market cap, about $105 million. This is a small speck of a company, but they still have revenues in the mid 40s of million range. And I think this, as we've reported before, I think this is poised to grow more with these contracts that they're winning, especially this 5-year, $103 million U.S. Navy contract, which they have just begun to execute on. So that's going to show a nice increase in revenue in the quarters that come. So for a company that's traded between 12 cents in the past year and all the way up to $2.83, you're in that comfortable middle range of picking up Castellum if you're interested in buying the shares now, or if you're a holder, you're still in a good sweet spot. Down 10% today. You've got dilution because of the cash raise, but Overall for the year, down about 30%. So you're getting it in at a good time, or acquiring or holding. 1 year, it's up about 500%. Because remember, this started off next to nothing at just 12 cents just in the prior year. And over 5 years, it's down about 38%. So there's a lot of room to grow and recover. They've brought in a newer CEO in the past year or so. This company is highly focused, and it's the right time for this company to grow, since it's involved in all of this cybersecurity, electronic warfare, software engineering, and the like. Very interesting items. The balance sheet is strong. They keep raising cash when they need it, paying down debt, and there's solid revenue to back up the numbers. Analysts are calling for about $3 a share in the near term. This looks like a great opportunity when we're at $1.20 or so a share right now. So if you're like me and you're holding shares, now it's a good time to continue to be a holder. And if you're interested in growing your position or acquiring a new position, it's also a very opportune time. I like the company. Hope you find this helpful. Some interesting slides that we've presented along the way with some information. Great opportunity, solid company, small, but really poised to grow. And I still think this is under the radar. Hope you like this. Let me know what you're doing, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks.